My name is Seth Brumbaugh, and my life is controlled by 24 plastic men. My prison only has 8 bars. It wasn't always like this. I was king once. A bastion saint of the table, I honored the game and I was rewarded with all the winnings. But that was a long time ago. My past illusions of what I once held so dear are beginning to fade in the harsh reality of today. It's a game, and it needs to end, and I'll be the one to end it. Perhaps I reached my breaking point a long time ago. But when all you have is a game, you seem to latch onto it and feed off of it. And when that game begins to die, you become poisoned by its decay. I have been poisoned. With one shot, he took everything from me. I can feel myself dying, but for right now...
Yeah, I thought you had class right now.
I'm losing my touch. Perhaps that's not the best way to say it. I've lost my mind. Not lost in the casual sense. It didn't melt away over time. I never had an accident. It's been stolen from me. Locked away within the table that once held my heart, kept there by him. The only one who ever defeated me. And the only one who didn't deserve it. He doesn't know it yet, but a new game is about to begin. My game. My rules, his downfall.
You can feel it, can't you?
What do you mean?
The game. Like it's all too much. Just buried inside your body, gnawing at your insides, tearing you apart, consuming you. You just need to get away from it all.
No. Not really. Not ever. Man, you want to play some foosball?
I know what you want, Joe.
So it began. Phase 1. The dawn of a new era. My era. Joe was a loner. Raised as an only son in a religious family dominated by the women of the house. His father was a Navy boxer and spent the better part of his parenthood breaking Joe's spirit. He was an easy target, and the perfect beginning to my dynasty.
You're a fucking slave.
Am I? A quick Google search revealed the following. To dream that you meet or engage with an adversary denotes that you will promptly defend any attacks on your interest. Sickness may also threaten you after this dream. If you overcome your adversary, you will escape the effect of some serious disaster. 11. See enemies. My very life was hanging in the balance. I could not afford to waste any more time. Surely I would fall to this sickness before night, and I would be reduced to an empty shell of my former self. Jake was the next step, and it had to happen now. Raised among a family of free-spirited ex-hippies, Jake was endowed with an open mind early in life. He discovered at this young age his lust for attaining knowledge, and he's been feeding it ever since. He's a pretty damn good foosball player, too.
Yes?
You're welcome, Jake.
For what?
For giving you the chance to play me
In
foosball.
No, man, I'm kind of in the middle of something.
He turned me down, the bastard. And yet I suppose I owe him for it. I needed rest more than anything. In time he could have worn me down, and one slip-up could have ruined everything that I had worked for. All I have to do now is make my final decision, and Nick's fate is sealed.
Foosball?
He'd known. All this time he'd been aware of my plan. Nick was smarter than he looked. The bastard offspring of a waitress and a door-to-door vacuum salesman, he learned to fend for himself at a young age. His shady upbringing prevented him from bringing any sort of respectable sport to the foosball table. But he presented a challenge, a game unlike that which any normal player could provide me. By now my mind had been clouded with the disease, and maybe that's why. But while I played him, I realized that I almost admired this man. Almost. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary is the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about seeking whom he may devour.
It's him.
Jake, Joe.
You look like the police. Move in.
We got a positive identification. Yeah, apparently it was his old house. Breaking and entering. He must have seen the foosball table through the window, but we're taking it back to the institute right now.
So I went to a show with my sister in Chicago, and she brought me back here home, and there's a hole in the window and smashed in, and there are cops everywhere and questioning, and it's all very strange, and I don't really know. Everything's messed up, and that's it, I guess.
Do you have anything you'd like to say to the perpetrator?
Yeah, I do. You're fucking crazy.